Hey guys, Joe here, and welcome to RiffRaftTwo. We're finally on the new server, and I am so freaking excited about this. I guess the only thing I can do is jump right into it. Yesterday, after we did the dragon fight, we booted the server up maybe an hour later, and we've been playing on it since last night. We've only been on it a day. And this is what we have done so far. This is our little spawn area. This is the spawn shack. This is the exact spawn point of the world, so whenever somebody spawns, this is where they will pop up. And then we have our 4 main roads leading out in different directions. It's kind of an awkward position, really, for spawn, considering, like this road's super short, this road's super short, that one's kind of long, that one's long. Like, yeah, maybe it would have made sense more to do it over here, but that's where natural spawn was, so I'm just kind of dealing with it. We have our temporary crops over here. There was a village nearby that we kind of raided. There's still stuff growing over there, but we finally moved it over here so we wouldn't have to continuously run over there. I've got a tiny little cow farm over here. I have a pig farm over there. Chris has ventured into the nether to make these nifty little lamps. I like them because they alternate 8 and then they swap sides. So I think it looks pretty nifty. And then Chris's residence is down here. I made these steps, so ooh, I didn't see this. I played straight until like 3:45 in the morning last night, and they stayed on after I got off, so holy crap. Oh, this looks nice. Although, I gotta say, Chris, light the bitch up, because it's too dark. Let me light that up. Consistency? Okay, yeah. So, this is his little area. Here's his bed. He has his anvil. He has his chests full of goodies. Ooh, a ghast here. And then his auto smelter, which, did it auto smelt? Oh, it's probably in his inner chest, because he has an inner chest now. I'm going to be honest. Ooh, I like this a lot. Man, he's making it work. I'm really disappointed, because I have to go to work today. And I have to work, like, 6 hours. And that's 6 hours that I can't be here playing on RiffRaft, which is quite disappointing, to be honest. But as soon as I get home, I am hopping on here. Where does this go? Ooh, a sugarcane farm? I like it. It's really, really exciting that we're on the new server, because, like, we've been wanting to play it for... Okay, this is a cave. This is a cave, but I'm going to go ahead and get this iron, because I need more iron. I need to go caving today as well. That's something I need to do. But yeah, super excited. And I truly think that this world is going to come out super nice. Like 20 times better than the last one. Because this time around, we're, turn that down since I don't have headphones in. This time around, we're sort of working as a community. So for the start of the server, for maybe the first couple weeks or month, we're going to be working strictly on spawn type stuff, so we can get a strong foothold of like how our spawn is going to look before we branch out. Because we realized one of the problems that happened last time was we sort of worked on spawn for 6 hours, and then everybody just branched off, and then I was left to be pretty much the only one that was working in spawn. People did come and participate and build buildings, but it wasn't a community. Like, it wasn't, and it didn't turn out to look like a very big cityscape, and we kind of want a city-looking thing this time around. So, yeah, that's kind of our main focus. I intend to build the restaurant of town, basically, so after we get through the initial hump of barely surviving with food, the restaurant, I believe, is going to be right over here. So people can just walk in anytime they want, grab food out of the chest, and just go, because food is necessary. So I'm probably going to have a bunch of farms underground or above ground or something along those lines. Which, now that I think about it, might be a little bit difficult in the place that I want to place it, because if I go underground, I'm going to run into Chris's house. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. But yeah. Also, I didn't show you guys the rest of the stuff. I just jumped into tearing down this eyesore. Let me apologize for a second. Move on. Over here is Noah's Noah's hobbit hole in quotes. We put in walls. The walls weren't here yesterday. That's cool. Yeah, this is Noah's little starter house spawn. Looks pretty nice. I like the new doors, because when the update with all the new stuff came out, we were sort of at this point in RiffRaft that nobody played. So it was funny yesterday because all of like the guys yesterday that didn't play Minecraft as much as me, they were sort of experiencing all these new blocks and doors for the first time. So Noah really likes those doors. His favorite new block is diorite. I still think it's kind of ugly, but I guess I get it. Smooth diorite's less ugly than the unpolished diorite. My favorite, though, is andesite. I really, really like andesite. And then up here is Jacob's starter house. He made it out of granite, diorite, more granite. Oh, the floor is andesite. That's nice. Yeah, he has his little... Oh, something bit my knee. He has his little bed over here and his chests. Jacob went ham yesterday. He got so many diamonds. I found 6, 7, 8, 9. I found 10 diamonds, and I lost them all. 12 diamonds if you count the diamonds that I found in the nether fortress nearby. Really quickly. This is his nether portal room. It's the only nether portal on the spawn or on the server right now. I'm going to go through real quick and see if anybody did anything. It's the only nether portal on the server right now. So it's kind of... Oh. Sorry about being silent. I saw him and my mind just went panic mode. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going back through and I'm lighting up his room because screw that. Oh, man. That was so bad. Oh. My heart is just racing right now. Oh. That was... Oh. I swear to God I know other letters than O, but that's all I can think about right now. Oh. And then this is the enchantment room. Jacob made an enchantment table, so if you need to enchant, you can come down here, which is pretty cool. And then he has his personal farms, which are actually bigger. I just harvested for him because I got on and he wasn't on. The way I look at it is if there's farms that need to be harvested, I'm going to harvest them. Because we'd all kind of like to have goals. I am sort of in charge of food to an extent. I'd like to think that. I'm sort of trying to make it so food is a sustainable resource and not just like everybody fend for themselves. I'd like to get to a point where we can all farm together, or just not all farm together, but like all, you need something, you go to the community farm and there it is. That's what I want to get to. Now that I remind me, there's seeds here. I can plant the rest of this wheat. That way more wheat will spawn. Okay, let me go over here real quick. But I have plenty of ideas for this world. This mountain range is mine. The entire mountain range. Already claimed it. I have a project that I'm excited to start working on. It's a personal project. Like anything that isn't spawn related is considered a personal project, and we're trying not to work on personal projects right now. We're only working on community things. So when personal projects open up, right there it is. There it is. As well as, it's getting dark, but I'll run over here real quick. Little sneak peek on another thing that I'm going to be building, because it is technically spawn. So in this little area, this little indent in the mountain right here, I'm going to drill through the side of the mountain, come out over here, and there's going to be like a large dock and shipping area right here. And then over there on that hill, there's going to be a lighthouse, which I'm pretty excited to work on. I guess my main priority lately has just been terraforming, because the world in this field is kind of bumpy, and building on bumps is kind of difficult. So yeah, let me sleep real quick because it's not fun to play at night. I got absolutely wrecked yesterday when I was the first death. Unfortunately, I died by a creeper because of lag, and then I relogged, and then it was much better, but I was the first death, unfortunately, and then I just got wrecked. For the next 2 hours, I died several times, twice by a witch, like 3 times by fire. I lost all of my diamonds that I found, except for these 2, and I named my sword Abstinence, because it don't fuck around. Yeah, so yesterday I was just in such a bad mood. Like, you get into this sort of, like, habitual, like, pattern where, like, you go down to a cave to get your stuff, you die because you don't have stuff, you get your stuff back, you die because you don't have stuff, or you die because you're not really equipped, and then you go back and some of your stuff is gone, and you still try to get it, and eventually you just gave up. I got, like, I think my pants and my hat back from the caves, and that's it. Like, I lost all my food, I lost all my ores, I had so much iron and gold and diamonds, and all of that is gone, and that made me really, really sad. Also, something I'm doing, just revealing this now, just because I can, in my hand you'll see a book and quill, and in this is going to be the history and records of RiffRaftTwo. So I'm going to keep a total record as much as I can for the goings-on and the happenings of RiffRaftTwo. Sort of be not a mage. A mage is a magician. I don't want to say, like, a librarian. Like, what is, like, an important person that collects information? I mean, I guess the only modern-day equivalent is like a librarian, but in my mind, I kind of imagine like a maester, like from Game of Thrones, because, you know, maesters can do all potions and stuff, but as well as, like, they have this giant collection of knowledge. So yeah, July 1st, 2015, Joe, Reese, Chris, Noah, and Jacob spawned into RiffRaft2 for the very first time. They traveled north to a nearby village, which they used to gather food. Joe died by creeper, marking the very first death on the server. Pigs were gathered in a hole to be used for farming. Jacob built a hut on a hill nearby and constructed a nether portal and enchantment table. Noah worked on his hobbit hole. Chris worked on his underground base. Reese went exploring west and located a desert and a savanna hills biome. Joe built the spawn shack and began work on the roadways. Reese was also deemed director of parks and recreation. End of day death standings: Chris 6, Joe 6, Noah 4, Jacob 4, Reese 1. As you'll see in the death counter on the side, Jacob has sprung up to 8, so I don't know what happened there, but yeah, we're all going to try and have, like, designated tasks, like Reese's Parks and Recreation. So if you need to build, like, a park or something, then you go through Reese, and then you sort of get his permission, figure out where you're going to build. I think I'm trying to be in charge of business and agriculture, so that works. Alright, I'm back, and truthfully, since the last time I recorded, it's been a couple of days, and a lot has happened. I got interrupted when I was recording last, and I just never got back around to it, because I had to leave. But I decided I'm going to finish off this episode and give you a tiny tour of what our spawn is right now. Because it's actually developed a bit since the last time I was on. As you knew before, Chris's residence is right here, marked with the carrot, and then there's this little serenity garden. Now, I guess there was a vote that was taken that people don't like the tilled ground. I like it personally. It reminds me of, like, flower beds. And then there's, like, little serene aesthetics, rocks, bushes in the ground, buttons being pebbles, and then these are, like, the permanent farms, I guess. And then there's this little bushy area over here. Over here, I guess, is what you'd call, like, the spawn postal office. Each of these chests are going to be for a specific individual. And, yeah, so I guess that's what this is. I helped create this map. Actually, let me help create it even more, because that was not loaded in. Yeah, over here, Noah is building a sept. If you don't know what a sept is, it's a religious building. The only reason I know what a sept is because of Game of Thrones, and there's a sept in Game of Thrones. But he decided he wanted to build one, so this is where his sept is going to be when he finishes it. No, over here collecting wood. Quickly, let me run over here. This is the nether portal area. Chris was like, hey, you know, the nether portal worked out pretty good being underground last time, let's do that again. And then Jacob built this thing on top, and it looks pretty nice. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Over here is Noah's arena that he's working on. This is going to be like the little fighting pit where like we settle civil disputes and stuff. I've actually already volunteered as tribute to be the first PvPer on the server, so that's going to be fun. I may die, I may not die, who knows? Hopefully not, because I have this many levels, and I've already gotten to 30 twice, but I've enchanted. I got a Fortune 3 pick, which really sucked. I mean, Fortune 2 picks, sorry. Fortune 2 is nice, because it gives you more ores, but it's just Fortune 2, so it's just kind of like, well, I mean, you can get more ores, but your pick is going to break faster, and if you don't get diamonds, you can't repair it, so it's just like, that kind of sucked. I also got this horse. I have yet to name him. I found him when I was out that direction trying to go mining. And funny story, I went out and I was mining and I dug straight down trying to find a cave because like the first day I got wrecked. So I decided I'm not going to mine around here. Plus the caves are pretty much all, emptied out because of everybody else being, mining. And needless to say, I dug straight into the stronghold, which was pretty cool. So we have a stronghold, or at least we know the location of the stronghold. And while I was coming back, I found this nifty guy who's a pretty good jumper, and his speed seems to be pretty good as well. So this is going to be my horse this time around, and I'm really, really happy with him. Let me quickly jump into my pen real quick. Okay, well, this is tricky. Boom. Okay. Come here. What are you doing? No, go. 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 Okay, good. Okay, zombie, thank you. Noah's worked on his house a little bit more, as he just got off. Noah's worked on his house a little bit more, because this is supposed to be another Hobbit hole, and I guess he's designing it heavily off of Bilbo's Hobbit hole from The Hobbit. But as Chris put it, compared to his last Hobbit hole, this is like if the Hobbits decided to watch a marathon on HD TV, which I thought was pretty funny. And up here is Jacob's continued area. Jacob built this little rec center over here where people can have like ceremonies and parties and stuff like that. Get out of here, Spatter. You ain't no friend of mine. Oh, okay, so it turned daytime and he, got non-aggro, so I'm just gonna replace that torch and move on. Jacob's house is before. Oh, this is new. This is currently being built. Oh, I guess this is his storage room. That's pretty nice. And over here is a little diner area. I really, really like this building a lot. I'm a really big fan of this building. I don't know why, but I really, really enjoy it. And, since the last time I recorded, it's been a day, I think, 2 days. And I have more journal entry. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this real quick. July 2nd, 2015. Jacob began work on several personal farms, including his house, or near his house, including wheat, carrot, pig, sheep, tree, and bunny farms. He's also began work on a storage building. This was, the building I'm in now was going to be a storage building, but it kind of became something else. Reese went exploring and surveyed the land with maps, which Joe and him put on a wall in a building at spawn. Noah continued work on his hobbit hole. Joe went exploring and discovered a possible location for Reese's future build plans. Whilst trying to find a cave, Joe managed to accidentally dig into the stronghold. He destroyed all the bookshelves in the libraries, and one of the libraries, a dungeon spawned containing a skeleton spawner. On his way home, Joe found a bunch of horses and claimed one of his own. One. Joe gave 3 stacks of books to Jacob and Chris, some of which will be used for a spawn enchant room. Also, a mysterious phallic structure appeared at spawn that was removed by Noah. The case seems to be cold. So, I got on yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and it was like, did you build a dick? No, I was at work all day. So, somebody got on, built a phallic structure, and got off, and we don't know who it is. Nobody's admitting to it. So, that is a case that is cold. End of data standings, Jacob 9, Chris 8, me 6, Noah 7, Reese 2. July 3rd, 2015. Noah began work on his fighting pit at spawn. Joe volunteered to be one of the first people to PvP in the pit and on the server as a whole. Chris and Jacob worked on the roads connecting from Jacob's area to spawn. Reese continued to expand the map of spawn on the map wall. Chris built a spawn nether portal and began work on the nether hub. Jacob built a rec center near his home. Noah began work on his sept near spawn. Joe continues the road from Jacob's area to the tunnel that will lead to the docks. Jacob made a small garden near Chris's base. Joe claimed land and laid down an outline where he will build his future restaurant. Jacob and Chris went off on a mining expedition and encountered a skeleton spawner and an abandoned mine shaft. End of day death standings: Chris 15, Jacob 13, Noah 10, Joe 6, Reese 5. And that makes me happy because I haven't not died since the very first day. So that's pretty cool. It's raining. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I will actually have building stuff next episode. I've already got my sort of outline ready and planned for that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you can come back. I'm going to try to post these very frequently on this channel. And until then, my name is Joe, and hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.